Good morning, ISP, and welcome back to Monday morning, April 25th. This is your director, Dr. Arnie Bieber, coming to you from my home to your home. I hope you had a great weekend and that you enjoyed some downtime. Yes, we had fairly inclement weather this weekend. It was overcast and rainy. However, let's remember we really need that rain for the water supply and the plants. So we're thankful for that. Many of you know that we are partially reopening elementary school starting this morning. So to learn more about our partial reopening, joining me is Dr. Vega, our elementary principal, and Miss Zalba, our associate principal. And here they are. So here we are with Dr. Vega, our elementary principal, and Miss Zalba, our associate principal for elementary school. And how are you guys doing this morning?
Good. Yeah, great.
Excited.
Yeah.
I hope you had a good weekend, even though it was a bit rainy.
Oh, it was lovely. The weather, the lovely rain was nice. Yeah, enjoyed it.
And we need it too, right?
We need it, right? That's right.
So, as I mentioned in my introduction, many of us are aware that, many in our community are aware that the elementary school is partially reopening this morning. And it's a big day. We've been closed for the entire community for months. And so this is our first step, bringing our kids back to school. And I know we're all really excited about it. I know you guys are. So maybe you can talk a little bit about the preparations that have been underway to get us to this point.
Most importantly, we've learned a lot as we were preparing, because there are layers and layers of details to make sure that everything is ready for the children, and that we're keeping in mind one of our guiding principles of safety and well-being for all. And that included figuring out drop-off and entry points, and how to set up the classrooms and signs so everyone knew where to go, and creating groups that would enable us to effectively support children's distance learning, regardless of whether they're at school or at home. I mean, the list could go on, but
Right.
we really feel like we're ready and are excited.
Yeah, there's been a lot of details to pay attention to, just seeing all the hubbub at school and getting everything ready.
One of the highlights of preparing, even though it was has been very intense and very involved, is that we had the opportunity to work with many other adults in our school. Many of them we actually don't get to work so closely with. And so it has been wonderful to see how a community of adults of all parts in our school, from teachers to support staff to leadership teams, members of the leadership teams have come together to support and to support the reopening of the schools, so that our children, your children, have a wonderful reentry to. And so we're very excited, and I think Cindy and I are very grateful to everybody who has been involved in making this happen.
And we've seen a lot of people step forward, not only employees, but also alumni and seniors as well.
Yeah.
So it's really all hands on deck. But in elementary school, you have an interesting challenge ahead of you, because you've got a minority of students, but a sizable minority who will be at school from early childhood through grade 5. And then you've got another large chunk of kids who will be at home. And we know that both groups will be involved in distance learning. And so how do you envision that, and what are the preparations to make that effective for both groupings?
So the structures and systems, I think, are ready to go. Now, for them to work effectively, we need proactive communication and ongoing communication among all of the different people who are at different places at different times, or at the same time. So that will be a tight communication between are wonderful people on site, with the people, with our teachers who are at home, with the parents who are at home, with the leadership team, or with us who are at school. So we have talked a lot, and we continue to talk about proactive communication. And this is also for parents who both who have children at home and continue with distance learning at home, or have children at school and distance learning at school. That communication needs to be respectful and proactive, and to please go to the source.
When we're at school, there's so many opportunities when we're physically together to create that amazing community feeling that we have at ISP. It's a very different kind of challenge when we're doing it remotely. And maybe you can speak a little bit about your approach to building community, maintaining the continuity of community in the current circumstances.
Yeah, I think we've done several things. Jimena and I, within our own community, professional community, we send distance learning communication to our faculty and support staff every morning. We're used to speaking with everyone every day, and so we wanted to maintain that connection. And we get contributions from all members of our community for that communication. And we, each week on Sunday, we send out a recorded presentation to the parents, trying to connect with them. And then one of our most exciting means of maintaining community are our online virtual gatherings that Ms. Warman creates with student leaders. And we think that's been a really exciting way to continue to stay connected.
Yeah, those are amazing productions. I know a lot of preparation and work goes into that.
The main reason why we decided to stay with distance learning as our main, our only program for learning for our students is so that the community that they have been built throughout the year with homerooms were kept. And then there's connections between the homeroom students and the homeroom teacher and the students were kept. We felt that was above all very, very important for student well-being as well. We also had parent-teacher conversations last week, I believe, maybe 2 weeks ago. That was also a way for us to keep in communication between the teachers and the parents, or the teachers, parents, and students. We believe that those meetings continue to create a stronger sense of community within the homerooms.
Everything that you've organized and structured and everything we're trying to do across the school is to figure out how do we maintain the ISP spirit, regardless of the particular context we happen to be working in. Now, I know that we all are looking forward to reopening school completely in August as scheduled. And while we don't know exactly what that's going to look like, simply because we don't know what the situation is going to be at that time in the country and in the world, but we are ready and readying ourselves to do that. And I know that's the case in elementary as well. So we all look forward to reopening and having our full school back on campus in August. And maybe you want to say a few words about what you're looking forward to in August.
Oh gosh, I start thinking about
These
just
are goosebumps.
Yeah, it does actually. I was just thinking of how joyous it will be to see all of the children coming together and their parents. And having them in the classrooms. I think it's what's sustaining us right now, is looking forward to that experience and being all together again.
We are prepared for reopening and fully for the entire school. We are also prepared if things change in the months that follow and we're required to shift gears. ISP is fully prepared to take on whatever challenges come along and do it at the highest level possible. And I just want to commend both of you and the entire elementary school community for, including parents and kids, for meeting these challenges and for doing it with a great spirit of support and camaraderie and community. And I look forward to seeing us in action later this morning.
Yes. Yeah. See you soon.
We'll see you soon.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks once again to Dr. Vega and Ms. Zalba for talking to us about the reopening that will start as of this morning. We're excited to be welcoming back some of our elementary students and excited as well to be continuing the distance learning for our students at home until the end of this school year. Of course, we very much look forward to reopening this August as scheduled. We're excited about that. We're excited to be welcoming the entire ISP community back on campus, and lots of work is underway in preparation for our reopening. Frankly, we will learn a lot from this year and over the next few weeks as well. And we will do everything we can to make the learning as inspiring, engaging, and empowering as we possibly can. As we do every Monday morning, here is some Playing for Change music sung to us by people and kids from all over the world. This week, it's What a Wonderful World. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Have a great week, everyone. Bye-bye.
Blessed days and the dark secret night, and I think to myself,